everybody loved him. Hundreds of people would be by the courthouse, and he, put up his finger to the government, and that's it. This man is dying, and you still have him in solitary confinement. He was tied, his feet to the bed, and his hands were tied to the bed. People want to question if my father was weak or tough. He had a severe kidney infection. He was sick. He didn't get to see a doctor. By the time he got off the bus, he was covered in blood. If there was ever a time to become a rat or something, it would have been then. No, instead he fought 5 trials. Eli has never had any conversation with my father. You lie about my son? Like, this is how sick they are. I defend my family. I think I do a pretty good job of defending my family. But other people defend my family also. I don't ask them to do it, but they do. Hi, everyone. I didn't click on this banner, but it came on anyway. I don't know why. How is everyone tonight? Hi, Kevin. How are you? Joe. Hi, Carlos, Cromel, Miss Can't Be Wrong, Marta, John Mandis. How are you? Boston Red. Jared. How are you, Jared? Hi, Jane. Hello, people. Oh, that's not nice. Hi, Michael. Hi, Dana. How are you, Dana? Tess. Nitro. Lancaster. How are you? Joe Delamura. How are you? Florida attorney. Severio, how are you? Just Maverick, David Hunt, Sly Stallone, Tim Egan, Edward Everett, how are you? Jess. Hello, Marla. I'm going to drop the link for you. Hi, Carol. Tim Egan. I think I said that. Hello, Susie. How are you? John Eppie. Okay. Okay. OC. What's real? How are you? What's real? Hi, Bill Jordan. Hello, Angel. How are you doing this evening? We got 7 inches of snow last night in the Detroit area. I feel your pain. Well, we have rain all day, so the snow is going away, and I think it's going to rain all day tomorrow as well, all night. Hello, White. Hi, Joey Dime. I cut it out. If they stop barking, I'll just mute it. Hi, Jason from Ireland. How are you? Hi, Angelo. Hi, Vincent. There's a reason why I titled it that way, but thank you, Vincent. Claudio, how are you? Hit the like button. Hi, Bofa. Hi, Brian. Let's see. Hi, Jimmy C. Pasquale. And I think I have everyone. Okay. Hi, Hello, Common Sense. How are you? That's so nice of you. You didn't have to do that. To the lying trolls and brokester saying my SCs are fake, enjoy the monopoly money. Oh, you somebody said that your super chats are fake. Well, they're not fake on here, I can tell you that. Common Sense, when Marla comes off, if you want to come on and speak your piece, you're more than welcome to. I'm going to have Marla on. Marla wrote an article called "Do You Think Gotti Was a Man's Man?" And she wrote that May 31st, 2017, and I shared it on my shadow page, my Father of My Shadow Facebook page. And so I always wondered, like, what happened to Marla, because then, like, we lost track. And she showed up on here, and I was very excited, and I wanted to have her on to explain why she wrote that, and let her tell you all. Joe Caruso. Now, I've never met Marla before. Hi Joe. Hi Tess. Hi Cyborg. Hi Teresa Murphy. Andrew. Hi Tommy. How are you, Tommy? Hi Marion. Common Sense, I don't know who said that, but you can come on if you want. As soon as Marla does, I'm going to drop. Marla, are you ready? I'm going to drop the link. Okay. Wait till I tell you who is coming on next week. You are going to love it. Okay. There's the link for Marla. Okay. Hi. Frank Lacasio was a man's man. That's right, Brian Miller. He was. He was a man's man for sure. Let's see. I was listening to Justice Tech Pro's new episode. Oh, okay, Marlon, no problem. I'll help you. Justice Tech Pro's new episode, and I got like a half hour into it, and I had to shut it off. I almost didn't make it here because I was so into his episode. So you should check that out, Justice Tech Pros. Hi, Angel, and all, and respect. Thank you, Adama. I think that's how you pronounce it. Let's see. Jason, how are you? Hi, Holly Golightly. How are you? Justice Tech rocks. Yes, he does. So I'm just waiting for Marla to come on. What does that mean, Tommy? Do I know how FBS is feeling? Why? What happened? Oh, that's how you pronounce it? Oh, very good. Let's see. Let me see. His tooth. Oh, that's right. I didn't even ask him. Oh, I'm terrible. See, I'm a terrible friend. I really am a terrible friend. I'm going to text him right now and ask him. And we'll see what he says. Okay. I'm not a good friend. His root canal, yeah. Hi, Sven. How are you? I'm just waiting for Marla to come on. I hope she's not having a problem. His tooth. Yeah, and I didn't even text him and ask him today. I am not a good friend. Hi, Angel. Sorry I'm late. I missed the notification. That's okay, Sean. Nothing really happened yet. I'm just saying hello to everyone. Oh, okay. He's feeling much better. Okay, he's feeling better. Oh, here she is. Here's Marla. Marla, if you don't want to show your face, you don't have to. Let me try this first. Let's see. Where is it? Here it is. I'll put this up, and now I'm going to put Marla up. Marla, you there?
Can you hear me?
Yes, I can. Hi.
Hi, how are you?
How are you? How is everything?
I'm doing good.
Okay. Is you have an echo or anything?
No, I turned my TV down.
Oh, okay. All right, good. So what's going on? How are you, Marla?
I'm doing good.
You
I still
feeling
have the effects of COVID, and it really sucks. The doctor said I would have them for at least anywhere from 6 months to a year afterward. Uh, I can't take it. I'll tell you the truth. It's just
really
exhausting.
what effects? Because I had it for probably about a month, a little over a month. I felt it, but I'm starting to feel a little better now.
Well, I didn't get the shot, so I had it for a week before even knowing that I had it, and then I only had a week to go. So um, right now, I'm just really like at the tired effect. Like I just tired all the time,
Yeah,
and I went to
that's
the doctor, and that's what she told
that,
me. So
yeah, that's me too. The
I
same
was
with
trying
me.
to look up that drip you were talking about.
Yeah,
Does that
the
help?
yes, it does. It helps a lot, but I don't know. How long ago did you have it? How long ago did you test positive?
November.
Oh, I don't know. You
I
can
had
look
it
it
way
up.
back in November.
You what?
I had it way back in November.
And you're still feeling so tired from it?
Yeah. Yeah, I thought they would be able to give me something for it, but they're like, no, you'll just have the effects for 6 months to a year. And I'm like, okay, did you guys research this? Is this something you guys are telling everybody? Because I don't, everybody I knew that had it didn't have any problems. They're back to normal, but I have an anemia anyway, so
Oh, okay. All
that
right.
that might be it too.
Well, I hope you feel better real soon.
Oh, like I told you, it's like some days are good and some days I'm just like, nope, not going anywhere. I'm staying
Yeah,
at the house.
believe me, I know. I'll message you later with that with the with the what is it called again? Oh my God, I'm a complete blank right
I heard
now.
you mention it, and I was thinking maybe I should get that because I was thinking about doing that. There's like these. Is it the B12 injection that you can get that kind of brings up your energy? I didn't know if they were the same thing or what.
Um
It's like an IV.
yeah, I'm gonna send it to you and give them a call or you could message. What state do you live in?
I'm in the Poconos region.
Oh, so you're in New York.
Yeah, well, I'm a state. The next state is Jersey, and then I'm in New York.
Okay, okay, okay. So I'll send it to you and then just give them a call. See if they come by because they come to your house.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, they come to your house. See what happened was is that I got so sick that I couldn't wait for them to come to the house. My daughter took me right to the hospital, and
Okay.
the first when we got there, they were like, we ran out. So and then the woman told me when was a good time to come back. So we got there early in the morning, and that's how I was able to get it.
Oh, okay.
But this company, I mean, I don't know what it is, but I'm going to. I'm going to send it to you and give them a call. But
Thank you.
somebody said that B12 injections help.
Yeah, that's what that's what I was looking at, because I couldn't find the thing that you were talking, because you had mentioned the drip that you were getting and that it was helping, but I couldn't find it anywhere up here. Because
I
sometimes
can't believe
we
that
have
my
these little
mom.
small things that you can go and get the injections, like medical. They're like medical spa slash whatever. I don't know
Right.
what they are exactly, but you can get like the IV treatments.
That's what it is. Regeneron IV drip. That's what I got. The Regeneron.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, Regeneron. But that's what I got at the hospital. I'm not sure what the other place does, like what kind of drips it is they are, but I'll give it to you. I'll message you later.
Okay, thanks.
You're welcome. So so tell everybody about yourself and then tell them why you wrote that article.
Oh, okay. I'm originally from West Virginia, Morgantown, West Virginia. People get confused. They think it's like part of Virginia, and I'm like, no, it's the part that's separated off. That's where I'm from. And I I started in a bunch of these Facebook groups. Just I have a bunch of interest groups, and I joined this one that was called the Commission. And for the longest time, like, you could tell how the group was motivated. And I mean, sometimes these administrators in these groups, they really think they're a part of that life, especially if they live in New York. Like, they try to pull rank on everybody. And I was in there, and I just go in there to learn, because I like to learn about anything really. And so they kept talking about John Gotti, your dad, and it was frustrating me. Like, it was just like, you. Oh, I'm not gonna cuss, but it was so frustrating though, because you could tell that they were just hating for no reason at all. So it
Right.
started out with a post that I wrote, and then um, a guy who was, I forget his name, but he has like Newsbreaker. He's like a Facebook news thing guy. He read it and he was like, "You want a job?" He was like, "You defended your position." And believe me, I had to go. It was like 200 comments long, where I was just backing up I wasn't letting down. And honestly, they were just hating to be hating, and I was just like, we're not doing this on my watch. Like, y'all not gonna sit here and talk about this man like this. He's not even here to defend himself. And that's, to me, that's just cowardly. So I came up with the article, and then it was like, I want to say months. It took me months to put it together. I did want to make a correction, because my boyfriend is from Masbeth, and he knows a lot of people around there. And he was like, "Babe, you put that, Gravano put 36 people in jail. It's a lot higher than that." So I'm like, "Well, how many did?" Nobody's ever given me an actual number of how many people he actually put away, but it was a lot. Let's just say that. So I wrote the article, and most people liked it. Then it was the haters, who I later found out who they were affiliated with. So, your pal, a liar. So
Oh, no
they
wonder.
were
Are
affiliated
you
with him.
kidding?
Yes,
No
they were affiliated with him.
wonder. Yes, okay. I think I
Yeah,
know
they
what
couldn't
group
say anything about the article. It wasn't like they could say anything about the article. What they would hit me with was, I won't say his last name, but his first name is Mike. And he's a real big A-Light
Oh,
rider.
I'll tell you, Mike Jacobs.
Yeah, Mike Jacobs. He
Oh,
was the
no
I couldn't
wonder.
stand I
Oh my
couldn't stand
God,
the
no
ground he walked
wonder.
on. Like, I couldn't stand the ground he walked on.
Believe me,
He
I know. Well, believe me. Oh God, believe me, I know. But go
he was the
ahead.
I don't care what you posted about, Gotti. He had something negative to say. Even when it came to your brother. And it's like,
I want to
you,
interrupt you
you
for
live in New
1 minute.
York. If that's the way you feel, why don't you go say something? Like, that's just so cowardly. Like, I was always
Wait, you're breaking up, Marla. Hello? Oh,
frustrating
don't tell.
for me. For them to just be, it was like one big coward fest. Like, just, I'm
Wait, I
using
want
words that
to.
I'm trying
I'm
not to
gonna.
cuss.
I'm gonna interrupt you for 1 minute.
Can you hear me?
So, yeah, I can hear you. Can you hear me?
Can you
Can
hear
you
me?
hear? Yeah, I hear you. Can you hear me? Hello?
Are you still there?
Yes, I am. Oh, that's why you're messing up the stream.
Mike Jacobs
Hello?
is a bitch.
Wait, she can't even hear us.
Mike Jacobs is a bitch.
Yeah. Oh yeah, he is.
Can you hear me? Can you
the
hear
biggest
us?
one out there next to a liar, pretty much.
Wait, can you hear us? Marla,
Can you hear me?
Can you hear me? Hello?
Hello.
Yeah,
Hello?
she can't hear. She can't.
I tuned in for like 2 seconds, and also, and I'm literally I tuned in 20 seconds before I hear, yeah, some guy named Mike. I was just like,
And we both automatically knew.
Well, I didn't know if I could say his name, but Angel said it, so
Mike Jacobs is a bitch. Don't worry about it.
I'm trying to take this off.
He was the main
now.
hater. He was the one mainly hating, and then he wrote something when the movie came out that I knew was from him.
Wait, Marla,
I posted it on Facebook.
I just want to interrupt.
It was something like Gotti's hate black people, and I'm like, really?
Oh wait,
are we playing that card? Really?
I want to interrupt.
He posted all over Facebook.
You can't hear me. Why
Nobody
can't she
believed
hear me? Marla, can you hear me? Okay, she can't hear me, Chris.
It's not my fault.
Yeah, you came in and she couldn't hear me.
She couldn't hear you before I came in.
Okay, I don't know why she can't hear me. Could you ask her a question? Tell her that I can't hear her and is
Marla, can you hear Angel?
I can't hear Angel. I can hear you.
See, I don't know why she can't hear me. Let me
go out.
She can't
hear me?
No, tell her no.
Chris, no, she can't hear you.
No, I can't hear her.
I'm going to try to go out and come back in. Hello, can you hear me, Marla?
Should I go out and come back in?
Yeah, tell her yes.
Angel said yes.
Okay, I'll try it.
Hello?
Hey.
I couldn't. This is so great because I didn't know any of this. So
I don't even know what you're talking. I just got here right before this.
All right, let me finish. So I didn't know any of this that she's telling us now. But and I wanted her to come on just to talk about the article that she had written. And now she is confirming to everyone what we have said all along, that A-Light hated my father, did nothing but talk bad about him and his cronies, his Facebook cronies. So I am so happy that she's telling all this. Hold on.
I don't even know what she told. I'm just.
She'll tell you. Hold on. Marla, can you hear me?
Yeah, Marla, I can hear you. Can you hear me? Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay, you can hear the both of us?
Yeah.
Okay, great. So I wanted to interrupt you because A-Light plays this whole different role now, that he was my father's best friend. He was my father's right-hand man, and how good my father was. But how bad was he trashing him until he discovered this new niche that he's got now, this new gimmick?
Well, I remember when he first came out on Facebook, he didn't know you. He said he wasn't ever affiliated with your dad in the beginning, but this is like way, way back.
Yeah, I know. So do you think that he became affiliated with him since my father has died?
No.
Right.
Absolutely not.
He's a
douchebag on social media. You can literally be anything you want to be on social media, and that's what he comes off as. So no, absolutely not. I think he had too much class to hang with him.
Yeah, exactly.
That's just my impression of when, like, if you're watching, like when he had that podcast thing going for a while. and I would only watch because it just seemed like no matter what he was talking about, he was always bringing your brother into the mix, and I'm like, this is like fate. It came off like Fatal Attraction because it's like he was always finding a way. I don't care what he was talking about. He'd go from talking about peace, loving, and everything, and then he wanted to do things for the kids, and then he would talk about his violent past and all this, and it's just like, dude, who are you?
Oh wow. So I'm sorry I interrupted you. So finish. So does Mike Jacobs contact you or what happened?
Well, no, he kept like every time like anybody would mention it or post it, because like I said, not too many people had anything negative to say. I mean, I posted questions in there, and like they were saying something like the thing that mainly that they would come off and say anytime somebody posted anything about Gotti, they would say things like he was ruthless, he was a flashy dresser, and he talked so much, and it was just like, really, what they're doing. They're getting this from the documentaries that they print, because they're saying the exact same that the police FBI agents are saying, almost verbatim.
Exactly.
And I've been noted that I mean, I don't. The funniest thing to me was the flashy dresser part. Like, really, that's just a hating thing. Like, how desperate and lonely of a man do you have to be to go track down what another man is wearing, and the price? Like, that to me is crazy. He was a good looking man. He's gonna dress good. I mean, and even before, I think your sister mentioned that on the show one time. He was a good dresser. Like, he dressed like that long before anything happened. So it's like,
Exactly.
why exactly is this why is this something that we're even debating? Like, this is just straight jealousy here.
Exactly. So you said that your boyfriend is from Maspeth?
Yeah.
Oh, Chris's family is from Maspeth too.
No.
I thought you said, oh, what did you say your father was?
Glendale, not Maspeth.
Glendale. It's the same thing, really. They touch each other.
What?
They're right next to each other, Glendale and Maspeth. Please.
I would never touch those people.
Yeah. Oh, is that nice? That's not nice.
Listen, you've obviously never seen anybody from Maspeth.
Yes, I have. I have friends from Maspeth.
Yeah, and there's a reason why you haven't talked to them in 25 years.
No, that's not true.
Is that a bad area?
No, it's not. Please,
it's
it
crowded.
is not
I'll tell you that much. It's crowded.
Yeah, it's crowded, but it's not a bad area. So go ahead, Marla. I'm sorry I interrupted you.
No.
What happened? So you know what group I think she's talking about, Chris? Marla, can you repeat it for Chris? What happened? You saw this group and you joined it.
Yeah, I just joined it because they were supposed to be telling you like mob history. They're supposed, they picked a picture and then they give you a little history on them. And every time like Gotti would come up, they would say, I mean, it was just like a hate fest. And it was the same group of people that I later learned was affiliated with A-Light, but like same group of people every time saying the same thing. And I mean, it was just like, this is ridiculous. The man is not here to defend himself. Show some respect, for crying out loud. And yeah, Mike Jacobs was one of the biggest ones, and I mean the biggest ones. I don't care what you post. I don't care. You could have posted, his birth date, and he was going to say something derogatory or find a way to say something negative. I mean, does he know your family? Where is he getting his information from? What makes him so credible?
From what I understand from interviewing numerous people from that circle, Mike Jacobs was never like a wise guy of any kind. He's got a business, he's got a family. And so why he would mix with A-Light is it's why I have no idea. But from what I understand, he always wanted to be like a mob guy, kind of. It was like his fantasy.
Wow.
And he never really hung out with A-Light back in the day. Like they knew each other, and there's other things I would say, but I don't want to put it out there at this time. They knew each other, but they weren't like boys like that. But when A-Light came out of the witness unit and hit the streets again, Mike Jacobs, this was his big shot to be a mob guy, to hang out with A-Light, and he joined the A-Light crime family. What happened? This is his big chance in life, at 50-something years old, to hang out with some gutter rat. So and put on the show and prance around with him on Facebook.
Yeah. And he's like his defense attorney or something, because you can't say, I mean, he's right there in the mix. Every time somebody is saying something, he's like right there in the mix. He finds a way to put himself in a mix.
Exactly.
Yeah,
Exactly.
he posts pictures with like cooperators with A-Light, and acts like they're this guy's a great guy. This guy's a great guy. Like, that guy's a dirty scumbag. Like, what are you talking about? But I don't know Mike Jacobs personally. I don't want to know him, but I don't understand why somebody with a family and a business would risk all that by hanging out with John A-Light. So
You would, I mean, he looks like he could be a grandfather. Would he not be? Like, it's like you don't have nothing better to do with your time.
I mean, he's obviously an asshole. So
Chris, I never heard you curse so much.
It's not a curse. It's if you put his picture in the dictionary, that's what'll come up. So
I'm very surprised at you. So what made you write that article? What happened after you wrote it?
Well, because the same group, because after that, I started getting labeled, as a Gotti groupie or a Gotti lover. And I never met a Gotti. I mean, but right is right, and right is right and wrong is wrong. Like, what y'all are saying ain't right. And so then I decided I want to put this article and then just clap back at everything they ever said. When they were talking about he was he talked too much. He was all over the recordings. His mouth brought that world down. Come on now. You're going to blame that on him. You're not going to. Gravano, the one who put, I don't know how many, he didn't bring them all down. Really? That's what you're trying to say? Like, I just hit back on everything that they were saying in the groups. And another thing that one of the other guys in there was saying was how, he didn't, like, he was saying like he was like a bad boss, basically, that he didn't know what he was doing. And then I found that comment, Frank, I'm not gonna say his name right, so you're gonna have to help me with it.
Locascio?
Yes, Locascio.
Right.
Did I say it right? Okay.
Yes, you did.
The statement that he made right before going to jail is like, it's very telling. I mean, if anybody was going to say anybody was a bad boss, it would have been this person who was going to jail for his rest of life. And the thing that he said, he was not innocent of what he had done, but that the only thing he was guilty of was being a good friend to John Gotti. And if there were more John Gottis in the world, the country would be a better place. I mean, that's a hell of a thing to say before you're getting ready to go to jail. If anybody was going to utter bad boss, it would be this person. And no. So, I mean, they really just take a lot of these narratives that the FBI and them say, and they run with it. And I mean, I can do my research. I've been to college. I know better than to go on Wikipedia or any of these places, because anybody can edit them. You can put whatever you want in there. So you can't, and as a matter of fact, you can't even use that as a source when you go to school. You can't use it as a source. So, I mean, I don't know where they're getting it. I mean, sometimes when they're on Facebook and they start telling these stories, they're telling them as if they were there. And then come to find out they heard from this person who's friends with this person who, I mean, it's like high school in a way. And it's like, y'all are grown men. Like, y'all don't know how to act any better. Like, seriously, y'all know how you look to everybody on the outside looking in, talking like this. It's just ridiculous. Just, I don't know.
So I just lost my whole train of thought. So that's when A-Light used to talk so badly about my father, right? Hello?
You cut out. I'm sorry.
Can you hear me?
I can hear you now.
Okay. So that's when A-Light used to talk really bad about my father, right?
He started changing it up, because at first it was like he was, his main target was your brother, and then he started switching, and slowly but surely he started integrating your dad into it. And it was just like, if you paid attention to his shows, if you 2 or 3 shows afterward, he'll be saying, and this is no joke, you can literally do this. Watch 2 or 3 of his shows and then go back. He's saying the complete opposite. And it's like, do you not know we can hear you? Like, what are you doing? Like, you literally just said the
Exactly.
complete opposite. Like,
Exactly.
and I mean, like I said, I think I said this before. He needs a therapist who, does, well, a therapist that enjoys a challenge, because he's really not, he ain't all there. He really isn't all there. And I mean, I think the latest thing I saw where he said, me and Gotti will always be, like one. Well, you're always going to have to, I'm like, you are obsessed. Like, he is beyond obsessed. It's like single white female, only he's a dude.
That is so, I can't believe that I had no idea that this was going to go into that direction. None whatsoever. So I remember the group that you're talking about. It was, I remember when one of our friends, Chris, infiltrated that group, and we used to see the most disgusting things they said. And they would talk really bad about my brother, my father, Chris, me. They would rip me apart, rip Chris apart. Out and out lies they told.
That's how I found Chris. I saw him in there one time. I actually shared something from the A-Light Facts in there because they were talking about him, and I was just like, why are y'all using him as a source? Did you guys not see this? And Chris said, yeah, that's mine. That's from my website. And I'm like, yeah, I mean, it's like, did y'all even look at this stuff? I mean, he has the proof right there. You can see it right there. Like, you can go down and I've gone down and read that I don't know how many times. Easy read. You can go down and read it. It's really quick, but the proof is right there. Like, how can you say some of the things, y'all? Why are y'all holding him up as any kind of credible source? There was like also on there is on Chris's site where they had with the 12 drawers. When they walk out, the very first thing they said was, "We didn't find him credible. We didn't find him credible."
Exactly.
Talking about A-Light. And the government puts a lot of money into these trials. They're not going to just, they're going for the win. So
exactly,
that would be the first thing they say. No, he's not credible. That should tell you something right off the bat.
Exactly. I can't believe that this show turned into going into that direction. That's amazing to me. Because I had no idea, like I remember I saw it, and I don't remember if you sent it to me or I just saw it and I posted it on my shadow page, and everybody went crazy for it. It got so many views and everybody was sharing it.
Sharing what?
The article that Marla wrote.
Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't know.
Oh, you missed the beginning. Yeah. Marla wrote an article for Newsbreaker. It was called, "Do You Think Gotti Was a Man's Man?" And that was in May of 2017. So that's why when I saw her here, I said, "Oh, Marla, maybe you'll come on and you'll discuss your article." Never knowing any of this. I had no idea she was involved in any of the A-Light crap back in the day.
I remember her name.
And I saw that whole beef that you were having right around when the movie had started.
Right. What happened was,
and the things that they were saying. I mean, they're just.
Yes. What happened was, on Twitter there was the Gotti movie Twitter page. And it was, it was a verified account. So you knew it was from the movie people, and somebody hacked it. And one day, like I get on and I go look at the, the Gotti movie Twitter page, and it has a post that said, all black people, I'm just going to say it, all black people suck. And I said,
that's what I was saying earlier. That was that Jacob guy that put that, because when he said something like Gotti hates black people, or they hate, and that's what they were saying when I wrote. And that was the main thing. Like, he would say things like, "I don't understand why these people defend him. He don't even like them," and I'm just like, that's not true. I know that's not true. I heard your mom's interview. Was it Frank Morano?
Yes.
She was hilarious, by the way. She was
Yeah,
hilarious.
she can be. Yep, she
She
sure
was
can.
on that. But like she even squashed that. And she was like, that's not true at all. Cause that I think they posed that question to her. And she was like, that wasn't true at all. Like I mean, I won't say anything further, but I knew that wasn't true. And I knew who it was I knew when I saw it coming from him, you couldn't rely on that.
Yeah, so I felt so bad because here is the official Twitter account of the movie, and somebody hacked it and did that. And so they put out quickly.
They hacked the official account, or was it a fake account they did this from? It
No,
was a fake account, wasn't it?
no, they hacked the official account.
Oh, I don't remember that.
Yes, I remember it. So what happened is that I got in touch with them really quick. They put up, they took it down and they apologized and they said that it was not them, that the account was hacked. And then I shared it like on every platform. But that didn't stop Jacobs from taking it and trying to spread it everywhere. I mean, that was disgusting. They did everything that they could to knock that movie down.
Oh, they were all saying something at some point in time. Then they said something about the reviews, how they were a bunch of fake people writing I wrote a review on the movie. Mine wasn't fake. And I mean, I don't know where they got that from because they were saying that people were there was a increase of anonymous accounts that were writing good things about good things about the movie. They just
Right.
hated to see it do. They just hated to see, for it to be done.
Exactly. That's exactly right. And that's I got into an argument with someone because they were saying that we were buying fake reviews. Like, how the hell could you afford something like that? So if there's 100 reviews or 1,000 reviews, we paid for them? That's crazy. So they went out of their way to try to make that they did everything they possibly
do you remember when this all started, Angel? When A-Light, he had a Twitter account, and the first thing that was on there was that he was liking like shirtless pictures of that guy from the pizzeria.
Yeah. Yeah.
and we scanned his account, and it was all like fake followers on there.
Yeah, that's
He had like
that.
If I remember this right, he had like 2,200 followers. So like I don't remember the exact number, but let's just say it was 2,200, and like from what we looked at, it looked like 2,000 of them were fake. Just like what? Like he just started off with 2,000 followers. Like without a tweet. Like
yeah, he actually had like 300 real followers. Remember that?
Yeah,
Remember
something like that. Yeah.
Yeah, there was a Twitter meter or something like that. And then like my nephew, my son, everybody
he called him out. He called him out and busted him out.
Yes.
It's on the website. The screenshots are on the website. JohnnyLightFacts.com/fake Twitter follow, something like that.
Oh, that's right. It is on there.
Hold on. I'm pulling it up now. Hang on a second. Here, March 16th, 2016. Johnny Light bought fake Twitter followers.
Yeah, that's right. I forgot all about it that it's on there.
Hang on,
I haven't been on there in a while.
Hang on, I'm gonna read it. In March 2015, it was revealed that John A. Light, who not only claims to be authentic, but more importantly is over 50 years old, went out and bought fake Twitter followers to make himself look more important. And it says here, I can't put the picture up,
but can you I think you could try it in the share button.
Yeah, it says 305 real followers and 2,112 fake followers. And
yeah, see, I remembered the 300 real followers. That I remembered.
I remember when your nephew put that up on his Twitter, because I don't have Twitter, but I can go on my boyfriend's phone and scroll through it. And he busted him out. It was so hilarious how he used to go at him back in the day. He called him Snaggle Rock. He's the one that posted that picture.
Snaggletooth?
Because he has a missing front tooth. And I guess when he was coming back from Brazil or something to testify or whatever the situation was, He
Yeah.
posted that picture and called him Snaggle Rock. It
Oh
was
my.
like that was just one of the funny things I could remember. But he was always going at him and saying something funny, and I'm like, oh my, he must be a comedian because he just would come out of the woodwork with some of these things, and it was so that's embarrassing to be a grown man buying and followers, and then everybody find out about it. Like, aren't you ashamed? Aren't you embarrassed? I mean, it's like
He,
they don't have any type of any kind of I, nothing.
no, he's shameless.
No integrity. That's what I was thinking. Has no
Yeah.
integrity whatsoever.
No.
Angel, do you remember Filippo? That was the guy's name. I forget what reality show he was from. But A-Light was liking like
Oh,
his like
Jersey.
shirtless pictures.
No, those hairdressers in Jersey.
Yeah, and we called on a podcast live. We called the pizzeria to try to interview him.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Yeah, that was that I forgot what it was called. There was a hairdressing like a
Yeah, I
hair
don't remember what the show
salon.
was.
Yeah, a hair salon, and it was in Jersey. That's right. But I remember I couldn't believe it. Wait, he used to put this stuff up on Twitter, and we would all go after him and say, "You're a pathological liar. You're lying. That's not true." Yeah, look, remember this, Chris? And then he called the New York Post and said we were picking on it.
Yeah, I remember that. He called us that it was bullying. That's
Yeah,
what
we were bullying him. My brother was cyber bullying him. That's what he said. He actually told the New York Post this. And then who picks it up? Jerry Capici, of course.
No scumbag.
And he put it up there. Whose phone is doing that?
Me.
Why?
Because I had an appointment for something tonight and they canceled on me. And I was just...
Oh, can't you mute it when it does that bell? Jersey-licious. Well, I'll tell you, common sense is amazing. He knows everything. It was Jersey-licious. I used to actually like that show. Do you remember when he did the fake book signings?
Oh my. He took pictures in an empty parking lot at like 3 a.m. So yeah, Barnes and Noble book signing, but there were no cars in the parking lot.
Oh my God. And nothing embarrassed him. Nothing ever embarrassed him.
He literally has no shame. Somebody posted, it might have been your nephew again, posted like a cardboard box that said book signing and it had a rat in front of it.
Oh no, that was one of my nephew's
Nobody
friends.
showed up.
That was one of my nephew's friends. One of my nephew's friends. You remember that? Yeah, that was I think somebody from Howard Beach did that.
I'm sorry, I was just texting.
I knew you weren't paying attention. Remember when somebody posted the box and it said fake book signing and there was a dead rat?
I think that was your nephew. Yeah.
Oh, hold on.
Yeah, I think that was one of Vicky's sons. Marla, you're from Scranton? Is that where you're at?
Yeah, I live in that area.
All right. Yeah, I just looked you up, but yeah, I used to pass through there all the time. I went to school in Binghamton. I used to drive up 81, but nice
it's
area.
nothing like the show, that's for sure.
It's what? No, I used to stop to get food at Johnny Rockets right there on the side of 81. Sometimes I'd be driving up there.
I'm trying to think. What was the show that they based on Scranton?
The one with Steve Carell, The Office.
Yeah, The Office. Yeah, it's nothing like that. Don't believe it. Don't believe it. That's the first thing anybody says to me. Is it like The Office? No, nothing like The Office.
No, but I used to drive through there like all the time because I went to school in Binghamton, so it was right there on the way. That was when I switched from 380 to 81, and then it was like an hour on 81 from like Scranton to Binghamton, or close to an hour.
Hi, I'm sorry. My daughter came home from work early. I'm shocked. So she took the dogs downstairs with her.
Yeah, it was one of Vicky's sons, and I think posted that picture of like the book, the fake book signing, the dead rat or whatever. I don't remember, but it was funny.
Yeah, one of their friends made it. I remember that. Brian, my sister took a lie detector test and passed with flying colors. You can find that on JohnnyLifeFacts.com too.
Yeah, he only said that for a while because once she took that test, he shut up.
Yeah, exactly.
No, he didn't.
Yes, he
He said it.
did.
He said
No,
it
he
before?
didn't. He testified at the Charles Carneglia trial. This whole story about having an affair with your sister, and then your sister went like the next week and took this test, right? And then he told the story again at your brother's trial later that year.
No, he changed it up when he testified against my brother. He said that they
How
had
did he
a
change it?
thing. He said they had a thing for each other. He didn't say that they
No?
had like this affair or anything. He said they had a thing for each other. They had a crush on each other.
You know, there's so many lies I can't even keep track of it.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, I can tell you this: when he came when he went on the defamation circuit in 2015, he brought that story back up again, and people would ask him about it. Oh, so did you sleep with Vicky Gotti? And he'd be like, "Well, we were kids. I don't want to talk about that." Like, and then people would bring up like, "Oh, she took a lie detector." He's like, "Well, let's take another one now." And she's like, "Dude, why don't you take one?"
Exactly. She took one. You didn't take yours. What is this? He once said your Uncle Pete used to stop over sometimes for business and some what? I never heard him say that.
Stop over where?
I don't know, but I never even heard him talk about my Uncle Pete.
I've heard him talk. I've heard him talk about your Uncle Pete.
You did?
Yeah.
Oh, he used to say
He said that your Uncle Pete was a prosecution witness, that he was a rat, that he testified in a murder trial, but
no,
could never identify the trial or who was on trial, or he just made up some name, some random name, but he never provided any proof of that. Like really?
no.
Like and what, you're breaking this news 30 years later? That never came up in all the thousands of news stories that were done about that family.
No, that's not what he said. He said he was a juror. He was a juror, and
That's right. I'm sorry, I got that wrong. He said
right.
he was a juror. He convicted somebody. Yeah, that's
Yeah, and
right.
he convicted someone, but never said the name. The name
No.
changed 40 times and never said what year it was. It was absolutely ridiculous. Oh, that's fine. Hit the like button, everyone, if you like it. So go ahead, Marla. I'm sorry.
Where are we at now? What's that article?
Yeah, so tell everybody about the article. It was a great article. I wish I could share it on here.
No, I mainly just wrote it out of respect, and I just feel like it was wrong for them. It's just, I mean, I'm nowhere near close, to that life or anything like that. But I just found it was so grimy. And I mean, the thing of it is that the things that people were saying, I knew that they wouldn't have the balls to say it if he was still here. So why say it now? You don't look like you don't look like a tough guy, talking about somebody who's not here to defend himself. And that's pretty much where it came from. I mean, it was frustrating for me. So I can only imagine how frustrating it was for you to have to hear some of some of the things you've had to hear.
Marla, in being up there in Scranton, have you ever had any run-ins with like alleged organized crime figures or anything like that up there?
I've heard about them. I've only lived here for a couple of years. Um, I've heard about some and some other people, but I mean, as far as I'm concerned, that's just talk.
No, it's if you find the old court transcripts or whatever, there were like RICO prosecutions up there in Binghamton and Scranton and everything in that area. There's a whole history up there. There was the last known boss or figurehead up there was a guy named Billy D'Elia, but he became a cooperator, I guess. I want to say 2006 or 2007, but there's a whole history up there. You might find it interesting.
Oh, okay.
Well, this is certainly an interesting podcast. Very entertaining. I'm sure everybody's on the edge of their seats figuring out what people are not going to say next.
I'm going to kick you out.
So Angel Gotti just got kicked out of the show, so I'm going to take over the show now. She wants to talk smack.
Because that's
Kick her out.
he just does it all the time. It's not even funny anymore. He always does that to me. No, what I'm trying to say is that, and you made me forget what I was trying to say. I can't believe that you did that. Now I can't remember. I can't remember what I was going to say. So, in other words, so for all those years, he did nothing but put my father down, put my brother down, and then suddenly he did this complete spin around. Do you remember, Marla, how he used to post how excited he was? He was counting down the days until Gravano came home.
Yeah, yeah. I even heard that argument between them two that I heard about it, and then I looked it up because they were going at it, and I guess A-Light gave him money when he first came home, and so then he started telling everybody that A-Light was the real deal, but then they had some kind of falling out, and he retracted the whole thing, and I'm just like, this is, I mean, you can't make
even
this
make
stuff
it
up.
up.
You can't make it up. You really
Exactly.
can't. They're just like, 1 minute he's praising him, he's this good. I mean, that should tell you right there that what kind of person Gravano is.
Honestly, Marla, you got me thinking about it. You really can't make up what went on in Scranton either, because I got a story for you, whatever.
I can't believe this.
What? You don't want to hear about, wise guys and corrupt judges in Scranton?
What? Tell her.
If you're up there, you should do some digging and go around the area, do some interviews, try to find some of these people. But I don't know if you ever heard about the Kids for Cash scandal. There were two judges in Luzerne County, Pennsylvania, up there by Scranton. I forget their names, Monahan and Savello. I forget their names, but they're two white guys, two judges, and they had been on the court for decades. And what they were doing was they were sending kids. When I say kids, I mean 12, 13, 14 years old to private, like people, they would come in for some minor offense and have to go in front of the judge. And these two judges were sending them to private juvenile detention centers for years, ruining their lives. Like kids that, just did things that kids do. But they were getting like a year in a juvie jail, things like that. And what they were doing was they were taking bribes from the private facilities and buying condos in Florida and boats. And this was, for years they were getting away with this. They made millions of dollars in bribes for sending these kids to jail, ruining their lives. Meanwhile,
I did read something about that because
and
Glendale was one of the places that was doing
Yeah.
they end up shutting it down. Yeah.
Yeah, and I don't know if it was both of these judges, but I know one of them at least was meeting regularly, having breakfast meetings with this guy Billy D'Elia, who was the boss of what used to be the Buffalino family, which is headquartered up there by Scranton, and meeting this guy for breakfast in public at diners and everything for years, like a judge and an accused mob boss for out in the open. And it was it was like a kangaroo court, all the stuff that was going on up there. And this guy Billy D'Elia, he was the I guess the bodyguard chauffeur to Russell Buffalino. If you've seen The Irishman, they said he was the boss of the Buffalino family for decades. And Billy D'Elia in the early 2000s, I want to say 2005, 2006 maybe, he got indicted in a big money laundering case, laundering drug money, something like that. And he's out on bail in the money laundering case. And one of his guys is wearing a wire on him as he's I forget the details of it, but I read the transcripts of the conversations. I think it was one of his guys came to him and said, "Yeah, I know where the witness is," or something like that in the Dominican Republic. And can you set this guy up to be murdered? And this guy Billy D'Elia was like, "Yeah, I'll set this guy up to be murdered." It was something along those lines. And he took the money with no intention of trying to kill the guy because there was no guy. It was like a fake guy or something. Like it was like a fake murder conspiracy almost. But he got reindicted on a fake murder conspiracy. And then while he was already on bail for the money laundering, and then he became a cooperator. And he testified up there at some trials and grand juries in Scranton. Or I don't know, but he's apparently back in the area, just walking around free, and just like the same way in New York,
In Scranton?
how these cooperators walk around up there in Scranton, the same thing. So,
And this happened in Scranton?
yes.
Oh.
But yeah, no, this guy Billy DeLee I think he was from Hughestown, Pennsylvania. But I'm familiar with the area because I used to drive through there when I was in school.
But how do you know that she's into all of that?
Because she's on your show.
What does that mean?
So,
I asked her to come on to discuss the article. What makes you think that she's into all of that? And she's being nice and sitting there and going, "Oh, really? You don't have anything else to say?"
This is the most entertaining podcast ever.
You know what? I'm tired of your insults. Hi, Marla. Marla?
Yeah.
The biggest mistake I ever made was putting him in control of anything. Marla, can you hear me? Hello?
I hear you. This is like the dumbest podcast ever. This is like, all right.
Marla, can
Hello?
All right, I'm gonna sign. Marla, you're in control. Good night.
Yes. Hello?
Oh.
Hi. Can you hear? Can you hear me, Marla? Hello? Marla,
Okay, I can hear you. Can you hear me?
Okay. Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay, yeah, I can hear you.
Could you believe what I have to go through with him?
You guys are like brother and sister. It's so
no,
silly.
we're more like mother and son. He's younger than my son. He's a year younger than my son, yeah. But truthfully, we are. He drives me crazy. He does this to me all the time. He'll call me up and I'll say hello, and he makes believe like something, Angel. I go, what? What's the matter? Like, I can't imagine what he's gonna say. And he's like, hi, what's up? And I want to choke him. I hate when he does that to me. I hate when he does that to me. And then he'll come on here and tell me how boring the show is. He's like so insulting.
Have you told anybody in like the shadow of the Facebook site or anything about the show?
Wait, hold on. I'm sorry. No, I didn't even do any of that yet. I didn't tell them on Facebook yet. I shared a little bit on Twitter. I didn't do it on Instagram yet. But I'm going to. And then next week I have a great guest coming on. I'm so excited about it. I have the former boxing champ Vinny Pazienza is coming on. The Tasmanian Devil. Oh, I'm so excited. He was one of my favorite boxers, and he is coming on.
Are we gonna get to find out who your nephew's fighting yet?
Yes, either tomorrow or Monday.
Okay.
Yeah. So, but anywhere between tomorrow and Monday, we're going to find out. Yeah, and then Vinny is going to come on. But I mean, my nephew is obviously not fighting Vinny, but Vinny Pazienza. But he's going to come on, and we're going to discuss it all.
So what happened with that fight that they said about that that New York badass guy was supposed to fight your nephew?
Who?
That's what he's called. That's what he calls himself. He used to be I guess he dabbled in everything, but he's a boxer from my understanding. And he shared something on his Twitter once because I looked it up right after I saw it. I think it was right around the time A-Light issued that challenge to your brother.
And was
you didn't see that?
Was this A-Light's friend? Was this
I think
like the
maybe
crazy
I don't know,
guy?
but I don't know if it's his dad that was friends with A-Light or him, because I didn't know much about the guy until I heard it being said. But there's a boxer. I guess he's out of New York, and he calls himself the New York Badass.
Is
And
that who it
he
is? Common
was
Sense?
supposed to be, huh?
Common Sense says his name is Phil Baroni. His father
Oh
was,
yeah, that's him.
yeah, his father testified against my brother, and he's like, listen, when everybody sees who my nephew is fighting, everybody will understand what's going down. So you can forget about these idiots. But
I was just about to say
yeah,
he's kind of old.
yeah, he's
Bro.
old. He's much older than my nephew. His father testified against my brother. He is like very close with A-Light. It's a joke. It's all a joke. So my nephew has a serious thing coming up, huge,
Mm-hmm.
and everybody hears who he's fighting, they will all understand.
Oh, I've seen like videos of his fights. He's pretty
Yeah,
bad. That's what
yeah,
Joe Rogan he said. Like when I was listening to him and he mentioned it, I was like, wow, he knows about him. So
yeah.
I
Joe
went back
Rogan.
and like, yeah,
Yeah,
he's the real deal.
yes, Joe Rogan did, and so did Dana White. Dana White shouted out my
Yeah,
nephew
yeah. I
on
think he did
Twitter.
that before one of his fights. He shot him out, and
Yeah,
he did it right before a fight.
yes, he did, and I made the mistake of sending it like an idiot. I didn't even think of it. Like I was so excited, I didn't even think of the pressure that I was putting him under.
Yeah, he said he mentioned that in the interview. Do you go to
Yeah.
see him fight?
No, I won't watch. I won't watch. Ramundi, I just said I can't tell you who it is yet. Tomorrow, anywhere between tomorrow and Monday, so I am told. Um, what were we saying? What were we just saying?
I asked you if you go to see his fights.
Oh no, I don't. I refuse to go to his fights. I'm a nervous wreck. I pace back and forth. My son goes to his fight. Chris goes to his fight, and Steve. So between the three of them, I am torturing the three of them during the fight. And then they then they they'll all start texting me and telling me what's going on, and that's it. So I can't
Oh,
watch. I won't even watch it when it's on. Like I won't go to it, and I won't watch it when it's on. I refuse to watch it. And then also my friend Angela, she's on Twitter. She streams it somehow, or she will tell everybody what's going on. But I can't watch him fight. Even
he's
with
a
like,
really good fighter. I mean, you don't have nothing to worry about. He knows what he's doing. Like he's a really good fighter. Like he
no,
knows
I
what he's
know.
doing.
Do you know how? Do you know like from starting from 2 weeks before my nephew's fight, you can't even talk to my brother. Like I can't even talk to him. Nobody wants to talk to him, especially the week of the fight. And because my of course my brother's nervous and everything, but as soon as they tell me, like say they'll tell me, oh, he won, and I'm like, yes. And the first thing out of my mouth is, how is my brother doing?
He's had a lot of matches where it's been over in the first 30 seconds or in the first round. So I
Yeah,
mean, he's really good.
yeah, thank you. He's and he's disciplined. I've never seen anything like that before. Like even like I think he had a fight, it was during a holiday. He was fighting within weeks or a month, whatever it was. And I want to say Christmas, but I'm not 100%. He wouldn't eat. Like he wouldn't eat like the fried fish, nothing. He only ate, like what was allowed on his diet. And I mean,
Well,
he's
he's
got
very
like
disciplined. You can tell that. He's very disciplined.
very
And he's
disciplined.
very humble and everything. And he's very thankful for everybody who comes out. He's very, like, very sweet about it. Like, he's very, he draws like a really big crowd. And it's like, once the crowd gets going, it's just like, it just sets, he's going at it. Like, he's giving everything he's got. And you can tell he always shakes the other guy's hand afterward. I mean, he's just very well mannered and polite. Like, even in the interviews. He does.
He is. He's humble. He's a good
Yeah.
he's such a good kid. He really is. He's so good. He's very polite, well mannered. He's a good boy.
Yeah. You can definitely tell that too. He used to
Yeah.
show like, he used to show his progress, because was he like a bodybuilder at one point in time, and he slimmed completely down, and like he's like at 180 or something like that, or maybe even lower, maybe
Yeah, I don't
170.
know. He makes
He's
the weight
very,
all
yeah,
the time.
he's very disciplined. I started watching MMA when I couldn't watch the football anymore because they were getting on my nerves with the whole knee thing. So I switched over and started watching that. But
Oh,
yeah, he's
really?
really good. Yeah, he's really good with that.
Oh, I can't even watch it. I can't watch it. I could watch if somebody else is fighting. I just can't watch my nephew. Like I just
You know who I'm kind of hoping it is? Conor McGregor.
you like
That's
him?
who I'm kind of, Conor McGregor?
You like him?
Oh yes. Oh yes,
Oh,
I watch his
really?
fight. I'm kind of hoping that's who he wants to fight. I'm kind of hoping because I just want to see that matchup.
I
But I
can't
think
say
he's
a
hurt right
word.
now.
I can't say anything. You'll find out
that's
soon.
that's who I'm hoping for. That's who I'm hoping. Conor McGregor.
Yeah, you'll find out soon. I'll tell everybody very soon. Now, where are
Hi,
you?
Joy.
You see, isn't Joy? There's my friend. There's my friend Joy. So now, in the we touched on this before when Gravano said that he was going to do something, right? He
Yeah,
said he was going to him and Frankie Lacasio were going to stab my father up in prison. So then why did Frankie Lacasio go before the judge when the judge asked him, do you have anything to say? And that's what he chose to say in front of the judge. That's what he chose to say to the judge in front of
that's exactly what he said. Yeah, because it was in the New York Post. Like, what he had a
it
chance
was
to speak, and
everywhere. It was everywhere.
word for word, that's exactly what he said. And I just felt like that just says so much about a person. You're getting ready to spend the rest of your life in jail, and you still, I mean, he was still adamant about how good of a man your father was. So I mean, that speaks volumes. I take that over some FBI agent going on a documentary talk. They're not going to say he made him look stupid how many times. They're not, he's not going to have like an honorable mention from them. He made them look ridiculous. And
Yeah,
rightfully so, to tell you the truth. And I think
exactly.
with Gravano, he's just trying. I think I think he's a little delusional himself. Because if you hear him talk, I can't even. I looked at one podcast, got through 30 seconds of it, and had to stop because he uses Gotti as a scapegoat. He really does. And it's only now that he's starting to say this. He threw me under the bus type. He was going to throw me under the bus, which, they didn't want you. They wanted the person that was making them look like idiots in the courtroom. They didn't want you. They wanted the person that was embarrassing them. And so for him to say, he just, he honestly, I feel like he just didn't have the balls to go to jail. Anybody can be tough with a gun in their hand, but what are you going to do he didn't want to go to jail? And ultimately he ended up going to jail, and he spent more time in jail over what he did, with that, than he did with, shooting an innocent kid, and, all the people that he put away. Apparently, I saw somebody put up on there that he put away over 130 guys. So then I guess it just keeps going on and on. The list just keeps going on and on.
No, right. But he when he's somebody told me he said that. I think it was today. Was it today? Did I see it? I don't remember. But they said Oh, someone did tell me today. They text me, as a matter of fact, and they said that he said that him and Frankie were going to stab him up in prison. Like, that
And
was
see,
the
another
biggest
story that
lie.
he's just inventing. He wasn't saying this happened. Like,
Exactly.
stuff that he's just
Exactly.
inventing. This wasn't being said. When he did that Diane Sawyer interview after he left the witness protection and got that cosmetic surgery, um,
Right.
he was saying, you know, like he was a masterminder or something, like he was trying to flip the script like he was the brains of the operation or something like that. And that's
Right.
just so infuriating because he never got what he deserved. And even now he's you know, got a YouTube channel where he's talking about his glory days. He's not trying to make amends with the people he hurt. He's not trying to make amends with, you know, the people that he shot, or if anything, it's Joy's family that he should be, you know, trying to make amends with. But do you think he would do that? No. No, it's just like he's reliving his golden days, and he really talks like he's still in that life. That's not Cosa Nostra. Well, you know what's not Cosa Nostra? Snitching. So I mean, he's quick to say that to somebody, and you know, and when him and A Light gotten into it, it was just like two rats going back and forth. I couldn't
Yeah.
take it.
Yeah. Um I think that, listen, I could be wrong. I thought the number was 47, but the they saying 37. My brother knows the exact number because my brother my brother's a certified paralegal, so he did a lot of the work on my father's case.
Mm-hmm.
He did a lot of the work on his. He's got all the transcripts, he's got everything. So I'm gonna have to ask my brother. He told me once before, because I think I said something on my Shadow of My Father Facebook page, and now I have to either ask him or go look at it. And I know the exact number. I know the exact number of how many men he put away, how many died in prison. For some reason, I'm remembering 22 men died in prison that he put away. So that means they died in the prison. So it just amazes me that they're trying to rewrite history, and then you're
And you
trying
know
to
what?
my
His daughter
father.
does the same thing. His daughter was doing the same thing on that show, and it was so. Anytime her segment come up, I would turn because I didn't get into it until the second season. I liked Drita and Big Ange, but his daughter, she was so annoying because she was literally trying to rewrite history. Like she's I mean, you can't be upset at her
Exactly.
but she's part of it. Like she's rewriting history. And it's like, wouldn't she have been a teeny bopper at that age? Like how would she know? And she always talks about you know how they got the documents. You think you're the only one that has them documents?
No, right. Exactly. No, she's not. She's far from it. And you know what, Joy, you're right. And that's another thing. Like, Joy had called me all upset over something with that he said or did, and he said that her brother, who was an innocent kid that he killed, that he said something really bad about him, and
That's a
and then
damn
he
that is
yeah,
a
and then
damn
he blamed Joy for constantly doing this justice for Alan Kaiser. He blamed us, the Gotti family. When she told me that, I said, "He what? Like how do you do something like that? How do you blame it on us? You said the kid was a junkie. You
Are
said
you
that,
kidding me?
yeah. Could you imagine what you
That
couldn't
man is
even
going to hell with gasoline draws on. I'm telling you.
thank you.
That
You
is
couldn't
ridiculous.
you couldn't just say, listen, I'm really sorry for what happened there. You couldn't just say that to her. You had to lie about her brother who you killed at 16 years old. You couldn't just say, listen, I'm sorry what happened.
And then try to make amends somehow. I don't even know how he could, but it's just like it's like he has no remorse. There's no remorse whatsoever, and everything is always
Exactly.
somebody else's fault. He does not stand in
Exactly.
accountability for nothing. Of
Exactly.
course, she would
Exactly.
want justice for her brother. I wouldn't know how to act. Tell you the truth, I wouldn't know how to act. That would kill me. I would, every chance I got to throw, say something grimy about him, I would. I mean, that's 16 years old. I mean, life hadn't even started.
Exactly. Very sad. Very
And
sad.
he don't show no remorse for it either. No
No.
remorse whatsoever. Never publicly apologized to the family, her specifically. And I mean, that's just, I mean, like I said, he going to hell with gasoline draws on for sure.
Yeah. According to her, they blocked her too. They blocked her everywhere. Because she used to do that. Call him out and say, justice for Alan Kaiser, my brother, and they blocked her on every
Mm,
platform they have. They blocked her. Very, like, uh, you know what? It's just, it really,
Heartbreaking.
yeah, it is. And then you want
Heartbreaking.
to blame us. How do you blame us? Like, how do you blame us?
You're
We
the
didn't.
new scapegoats. It's like you're the new scapegoats now.
Yeah,
Everything.
just like he was
Anybody who
blaming.
says something nice
Yeah,
about y'all, anybody who will corroborate and just say, like, even things that like I said with the Twitter thing, I saw the whole thing. I mean, and it was ridiculous. I mean, but anybody who gives you any kind of, like, says anything nice, it's always they're paid. They told them to do it. It's just, like, come on now.
yeah, exactly.
Everybody can't be bought.
Exactly. Well, half the content creators on YouTube, I'm accused of paying. I mean, it's really crazy.
Some of these men just have no integrity whatsoever. And I think,
Yeah.
and honestly, I think that's jealousy, the jealousy that they have for your father. Because your father did his time like a man. He didn't make excuses. He didn't go and write books. He didn't give interviews. He didn't do any of that. He took his punishment like a man. That's why I say, like,
Exactly.
he is a man's man. He will always be a man's man because he had the integrity that they didn't. They don't. And
Exactly.
they definitely don't make him like that no more.
I mean, he died like seriously handcuffed to, tied to his hands were tied to the bed, his feet were tied to the bed. That's how he died. He didn't. He had 12 years of solitary confinement. 12. They had him in solitary confinement when he went to the MCC, and then straight from there, when he was convicted, and they sent him to Marion, solitary confinement. Then from Marion, he went to the Springfield, Missouri prison, the only inmate in their history to have solitary confinement.
That's
So
ridiculous. I mean,
exactly.
they don't even have the, to tease, to, bring people, I'm nervous. I'm sorry. Uh, but
Right. You have to
he
be
doesn't
nervous
even
about.
have you got to treat people with a sense of dignity. I mean, he was sick. What do you think he's doing? And I mean, I think your brother even said in the interview that you guys did, the documentary before the movie, he said even at the, where they had the service, they had armed guards there. He's, where they were
Well,
scared he was going to escape. I mean, it was ridiculous. Absolutely,
exactly.
absolutely
He was
ridiculous. But
in.
they couldn't break him, and that's what it really is. And everybody sees that for what it is. They couldn't break him.
Wait, let me just answer Carmine. Carmine, he's blaming us for her the way she's doing this now. That he blamed us. That we're telling her to do all these things. That's what he blamed us for. Um no, when I went to the hospital, um I couldn't believe it. The prison hospital, they had guards with these big giant guns, outside in the hallways. As soon as the elevator door opened, there they were, these guards with these big guns. I don't know what they were, rifles or whatever they are. I don't know.
What did they
In
think? Y'all were coming to sneak him out? Like what? What did they? What was the purpose in that? I don't understand.
he was in a coma. He was in a coma, and he was still in his prison cell, tied to the bed and behind steel doors. I mean, really?
That ain't right. That ain't right at all.
No, exactly. And when you tell people this, they're like, like sometimes they just don't believe you, but that's what he was doing. That's what they did to him.
Oh, I heard when you were. I heard the show on Fat Bald Sicilian. That was the first time I'd ever, when you explained on how he passed away and that all these false alarms, and it's just like, because there were a couple times you said where they were saying he was gone, but he wasn't. It's like, I don't understand people. Maybe it's because I'm from the country and I'm not. Maybe it's a city person thing. I just don't understand how do you have so many false alarms? And the way he passed, it just, to me, just wasn't right. It just wasn't right at all. I mean, the man did. He did what he had to do. You don't have to keep, throwing salt in a wound.
Yeah, well,
You had
listen.
me in tears. You had me in tears when you were telling that story. I was like, "This ain't right."
Which
There's not. I mean,
one?
when you did it, you told everybody how you found out how he passed away on the Fatball Sicilians show.
Yeah, that's right. You know what? I don't think I told anybody on this show yet, on my own show. But I was at work and I got a phone call, and he asked, he's like, I said hello, and he's like, Angel, are you okay? I said, yeah, why wouldn't I be okay? And then there was complete silence. And I said, oh my God, did something happen? And then I said, you know what? Don't tell me. Don't say nothing. I'm leaving. I have to go to my mother's. I just hung up the phone. I didn't even hear what else he had to say. And I just went to my boss. I said, I have to leave. I think something happened to my father. And he said, go. And I wouldn't listen to the radio because, they did. They said it on, they broke it, like interrupted radio stations to say it, but I didn't know it. I wouldn't even put the radio on. I pulled up at my mother's house. Now, my brother was there. He was in Springfield. So I pull up. My mother was coming. She went to the grocery shopping. So she pulled up the same time as I do. She's got groceries. And I'm looking at her and I said, Mom, I think something happened to Daddy. And she was like, what are you talking about? I said, Mom, I think something happened. And she was like, all right, let's go in the house. We'll call your brother. Like, we were both started crying, but this was like the fourth time or the third time that they had falsely reported that he died. So like there was still like that, that chance.
That hope. Yeah.
Yeah. So then when we walked into the house, the TV was on, and sure enough, they were saying on the TV that he died. So I called my brother Peter, and, I was crying, and I said, Peter had just left the prison because you were allowed 1 hour in the morning and 1 hour in the afternoon. So Peter had just left. He was set to go back. And I said, Peter, I was crying. I said, Peter, did Daddy die? He goes, what are you talking about? I just left him. I said, they're saying all over every station that Daddy died, and I was screaming. And
so you guys didn't even have the common courtesy of getting a call from them, the prison first, to know.
They had, exactly, and they had my brother's number. My brother just left, and they knew my brother was coming back. That was his daily routine. They knew he was coming back. So Peter said, Angel, let me go. I'll go to the prison and find out. He got dressed. He went, and he called us back, and he's like, they couldn't even, like, he was very upset. Peter was so upset because that's exactly what they did. Instead of calling my brother Peter or calling one of us, they called the news. They called the news. They called news stations. That's what they did. That's how we found out my father died, with my brother there.
That's horrible.
Yeah.
They didn't have the common courtesy just to call and let you all know, the family first.
No.
That's ridiculous.
No. They decided to alert the news, alert the media before his family. That's why, like, I can't stomach them. This government is so corrupt. People just don't understand how corrupt they are. They really don't get it. And then that man died the way he did, and you have the nerve to get on TV and say he was going to throw me under the bus. Well, we're going to hear pretty soon how he wasn't throwing anybody under a bus.
Anybody who has common sense and discernment knows that ain't true. I mean, right now it's just he's just a scapegoat. That's all he is. He uses, God's name as
Exactly.
a scapegoat.
Exactly.
Everything was his fault. And then he's not here to tell us, so all we can do is rely on the family, to put the right information out there. But
Yeah.
that's just, he's scum. He gonna get his one of these days.
Yeah. Listen,
And it can't come soon enough.
Yeah, I'll tell you one thing. I've never looked forward to something so badly. Like I've looked forward to things like the documentary, the movie, this fight I'm really looking forward to, but I'm not looking forward to anything more than when we're going to see how my father wasn't throwing anyone under a bus, how my father wasn't doing any of that. And that's going to come. And then I want to see what he has to say then. Him and his kids, his two sons. I want to hear what they have to say about that.
He'll have to. It'll be a while. He'll have to find something to conjure up. He's so twisted and deluded. I mean,
Yeah.
You can see how him and A-Light were friends at one point in time because they're just not in touch with reality no more.
No, exactly. Really.
And honestly, I think he does this because he can't live with what he did. He can't live with what he did, so he's got to make up any excuse, no matter how bad it is. He's got to have an excuse because he can't live with what he did. How could you?
Exactly. And he wasn't saying this, years ago, 30 years ago. He didn't say this. This is something new the past few years that they conjured up. That John Gotti was going to throw him under the bus. It's like so ridiculous.
No, he wasn't saying that. He didn't say that at all. He said nothing remotely close to that in that interview. And I think it was 97 that he did that interview. And then he had the nerve to write a book.
Exactly.
With Diane Sawyer's. He never said anything close to what he's saying now.
Exactly.
When you're telling the truth, you don't have to have a good memory.
Yeah, exactly. Same with John A-Light. I mean, look how things have changed. Like you did a complete spin around.
And he made the mistake by doing it all on camera or putting it all on the media, so you can literally see. He literally, I mean, this is no joke. Anybody who wants to understand this man, all you have to do is watch one of his shows, and then 4 shows later, he is saying the complete opposite.
Exactly.
And I've never seen any of these kids he supposedly helped or was trying to help. None of them came on the show. He never showed any of those kids. So I don't know who he was helping.
If you want to help kids, you don't dress up like a John Gotti Sr. wannabe and with sunglasses on and a suit like you're trying to be like John Gotti Sr. You don't dress up like that.
He wears the sunglasses even when he's inside. It's like, what are you doing? Take
exactly. You don't dress up like that and sit there and talk to kids. And like it's so ridiculous. It's so ridiculous. But listen, whatever. We'll.
I'm so sorry you have to go through this. It's ridiculous. It is ridiculous. It don't even have to be true what people say about your family. It just has to sound like it's true or sound like it could be plausible, and people take it and run with it.
Yeah, well, there. You know what? You're right. There will never be another like him. And I'm not saying I never said that my father was a saint. I never did. Listen, he was what he was. There's no denying what he was. Don't lie. Don't lie about him. Don't make up stories about him. Tell the truth. Tell the truth. But we'll see what happens. There's some big things coming very soon, and we'll see what happens.
They're envious of him because they can't rise to that standard. I mean, because your father definitely had integrity. He about how he did such a good job with y'all, and you can see that. Like all his kids, you can see that.
Yeah, well.
And these people and their parents, I don't know what their parents were. I mean, especially A-Light's parents, they must never want to be seen. The way he be acting, this is just ridiculous.
No, this is ugh. Listen, bigger things are coming. Good things are coming. That's all I can say. You know
I'm
that.
waiting for it. I'm
Yeah, me
waiting for it.
too.
I might write another article on it.
Yeah. Oh, I got to tell this story. I have to tell this story. I take my mother. We went to the doctor. I took her to the doctor, and it was the first time she was seeing this doctor. And you know, they give you the forms to fill out, and he gave her a card, and so she's filling out the card, and all of a sudden she looks. I said, "Are you done?" She says, "Yeah." So I took her card. Thank God I looked at it first because if I would have just, went up there and handed it to them, I looked at the card and she's got all her information. And then they said husband's occupation, and she wrote public enemy number one.
Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. You gotta have a sense of humor about it though. He definitely
Yeah,
had a
she
sense of
sure
humor.
does. I said, give me that card. I was like, give me the pen back. Give me the pen. Give me a pen. Oh God, that was so funny. I could see we have some real funny people in here. That's nice. Well, we are on an hour and a half. Did you want to stay on a little longer, or are you ready? You have to go. What would you like to do?
Oh, I'm fine. Can Common Sense join us? We can bring him.
Is Common Sense still here? I don't know if he's still here. Common Sense, are you here? We'll see if he's here, if he wants to come on. I love listening to him. He knows everything. And then people make fun of him. When he calls them out on their lies, they get mad at him. I'm trying to know who he was talking about when he gave the super chat before. Oh, look, she's funny, Karen. Thank you, Carlos. Great show, ladies.
I can't
Claudio.
see them unless they're posted. I can't see.
Oh, you can't see the comments?
I can now.
Oh, you can see the. No. You can see the comments if you hit. There's a box up there that'll show you. You can. It'll say comments. Just hit that.
I am not good. I'm not savvy tech at all.
No, I know.
Neither
Neither am I.
nothing that might mess it up.
I know I'm terrible, but I think there is. If you're on your phone.
Yeah.
There is something on the side that can tell you that you hit it, and you'll hit it, and it'll let you see all the comments. Common Sense is our Bruce Cutler.
He's a character too. He was funny in that documentary. He was funny.
Bruce, I know.
Yeah.
I should call Bruce. Say, Bruce, you want to come on? He's funny. He used to call my sister Young Victoria. Well, yes, Young Victoria. Yeah. Bruce is the best. I had he and I have the same birthday.
Oh, really?
Yeah, we have the same birthday. Different years though. I'm trying to see where Common Sense is. I don't think he's here anymore. Yeah, Karen says everyone hit the like button. If you don't like it, hit the dislike button. But hit a button. Hit a button. Let's see what Fairy Tale says. How do you spend your life in this life and do the things Sammy has done, but don't have the balls? Handle yourself like a man. Yeah, I don't know.
Absolutely true. That's absolutely true.
Joe Davis. Gravano says F. Lee Bailey verified your father wanted him to take the fall. What's up with that? Not saying I believe that. I don't, but that's what. Yeah, it's amazing how they got F. Lee Bailey to say this when it was like what, a month before he died. He was sick in bed with cancer, but yet he said that, so it must be true. Listen,
Now, correct me if I'm wrong. I'm not sure. Just correct me if I'm wrong, because I don't understand this. Now, when you get charged and they charge all of you, you all get charged with something. So they have something on all of you, correct? So when they pick you up, they have all the evidence they need against you, not what everybody around you was doing, but you specifically.
well, as if
I don't understand this. He wanted to throw him under the bus because they would have had stuff on him too. So how? I mean, he was going to go down for the things that he was being charged with, right?
yeah, exactly.
So how is he trying to throw him under the bus when when they pick you up, we need some anybody have any criminal knowledge on here that can kind of give some insight to that? Like when you're charged, all of you guys are charged, which means they have enough information or, enough evidence to send you all to jail. So how can
Well,
you can't throw somebody under the bus when you are all being charged with something?
right. Well, according if first of all, with the RICO, my father was going to prison anyway. He was going to prison allegedly, or whatever. If he's the boss, and with that RICO, he's going to prison for whatever crimes his people, committed. That's what the RICO is. So he was going to prison. He's going to ask him to go take a fall, just like Fatball Sicilian said. That's like that's like telling him, listen, go be a rat on me. That's ridiculous. And my father wasn't that type. Yeah, my father would never do anything like that, ever. But listen, we'll see. We'll find out soon.
Yeah, when they spend that much money investigating you, trying to get you for something, I mean, I can't see how he's saying that. Like they're investigating. The whole throwing under the bus thing just does not make sense because you're all being charged. They have stuff on you individually that you did. So how could you throw him under the bus?
Exactly.
When you're all being that's one I just don't get that. You're all being charged. They have stuff on you separately and all together. Possibly all together. So how does one person throw the other one under the bus? What, did your charges just go away?
No, Gravano threw Frankie Locascio under a bus. That's what he did. You kept a man in prison for 30 years, and now suddenly 2 years ago you want to say, oh, he's not guilty, and you're trying to get him out.
I did see something on that. It's like, seriously, he didn't spend all this time in jail, and now you want to come out and say you could have did this a long time ago. You wait until he's almost, it was a lot of years he spent in jail. So that was 92. So how many years was he actually in there? 20, over 20.
Who Frankie? 30. Over 30. Yeah, he's gonna come on.
Yes.
Over 30 years.
Maybe I can ask that question. I don't understand the whole throwing under the bus. You had charges too.
Exactly.
And I think Joyce brought up a good point too about him being how he was dressed the night everything went down. That never even crossed my mind until he said that, and I'm thinking, you know what? That's absolutely right. He wasn't dressed up. I mean, he was like he was ready to go. He was dressed like he was ready to go to jail. Like he knew something was coming.
Yeah, exactly. I hate all of this stuff, but we're talking about my father now. So yeah, 31 years.
At the end of the day, he was your father. And he did right by you and all his children. So
no, exactly.
It's frustrating if you're just listening to it and you're just watching. I can only imagine how frustrating it is when it's your actual family member.
Yeah, exactly.
And they hold it against, the younger generation. They hold his name again. I mean, this they hold it against them as well. I mean,
well, that's what I was gonna say before was I forgot again. I remember now. They it used to bother me all the time, like years ago. Alite, I would lose sleep over it. I hated him so much. It would drive me. And then I just looked at him one day and I said, I started to see all the people like on Facebook that used to support him, like calling him out on his lies. And I said, you know what? He's making such a fool out of himself. Like
You don't.
I could never get upset over him ever. Like, and then that was it. After that, nothing he did bothered me. Now I just laugh at him.
He's like a laughing stock. Like he's a
He's a
boy of what
laughing
not to
stock.
do.
He's a laughing stock. He's like, I think after he did that Locked Up Abroad, that was it. I
was sitting here with my daughters watching that, and I mean, they're just teenagers, and they're like, "Mama, you know."
You're breaking up, Marla. I can't hear you. I can't. I think you broke up. You should come out and come back in. Hello? Hello?
Hello?
Hi, I can hear you now.
Okay.
But what were you saying?
Oh, I was saying that like that Locked Up Abroad, I was watching it with my daughters, and and they don't know anything about this life, and they watched and they were like, "Mama, you know he lying, right?" And I was like, "Yes, baby, we all know he lying."
Oh, really?
Yes, that's a shame when kids like they're teenagers and they could call him out. They're like, he lying. I mean, because that whole part with the people showing up on his property with guns, that was like an action movie. That he must have got that from like, I don't know, some action movie back in the day, because it was just absolutely hilarious. I was like, is he now because Gotti supposedly took him in a room and he's going to make him, he's going to work for him. Where is this coming from? Like, what are you watching?
What a joke. Oh my God, what a joke.
What are you taking? Because I need some of that. I mean, he's just making up a whole different life and never said it before. I mean, did you see the part where he was talking about having people show up on his lawn with machine guns and they were going to ambush his family or something like that? He had to get that from a movie. He had to get that from a movie.
Exactly. Okay. Hold on. Common Sense is coming on. Okay, here, Common Sense. So you can ask him anything you want.
Can he hear me?
Well, he's coming on now. He's joining.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, even Gravano. It says, yeah, even Gravano didn't want to co-sign A-Light's BS. It's true.
That's a shame. Even when Master Splinter won't even try. Won't do.
Yeah, exactly. Common Sense is very knowledgeable. Yes, he is. Okay, here he is. Hold on. Hold on. Hi, Common Sense.
Hey, how's it going tonight, ladies? How are you?
How are you?
I'm doing good. I'm just beat. I had a long day today. Just getting out. I'm getting out of work now, so I'm on the road. That's it. I'm gonna cut out early, but do my best here.
Oh, okay. You're breaking up a little bit. Marla, can you hear us?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay, so Common Sense, this is Marla.
Hi, Marla. Nice to meet you. How you doing?
Nice to meet you. I have a question.
Yeah.
We were just talking about this whole story about how Gravano's now trying to say that Gotti was going to throw him under a bus. Correct me if I'm wrong. If they get all of you, right? Aren't all of you? They have stuff on you individually and maybe together. So how could he be trying to have? How could Gotti throw him under the bus when he's still? If they bring you all in, don't they have charges on all of y'all?
Yeah, they were all brought in together under the same RICO indictment. Yeah, complicit in the same murders for the most part, pretty much. Yep.
So they have individual charges. So there's no throwing somebody under the bus because you're all being charged with the same thing.
Yeah, of course. I mean, he's trying to claim that as part of the defense that they were going to try to insinuate that, Gravano was doing all these things, on his own will, like he was uncontrollable. But the whole premise of the RICO law is that, they were part of a organization, an enterprise that, committed acts as part of the mob, where the boss gets credited for everything the underlings do, regardless of if they did them or not. So it really doesn't matter that he says that, because it doesn't make any sense. Because even if he says, yeah, Sammy went and did all this stuff, he's still going to get charged for it and convicted of it because he's the boss technically. So that's just a ridiculous. That's just a ridiculous comment that he makes. But there's a video I was telling you about before, Angel, on your last show. I don't know if you remember, but I said if you could pull up the mob facts video they did on the Gotti trial part 2. I mean, you could even pull it up right now probably and play a minute or two of it. But John Miller's on there and he's explaining that whole thing and why it's a complete lie. I think it's at the 11-minute mark. If you start around there, you can watch it. And he pretty much explains that, entire premise during the trial and why it would have never worked.
I don't know how to do that. I have to ask Jerry to get that for me and do it.
Oh, okay.
Because I don't know how to get there from here.
Oh, yeah. See, I don't have StreamYard or anything or the app, so I've never I don't know where you would have to click or do anything. Otherwise, I tell you what to do. But
yeah, but you know what? That's a good idea. I'm gonna. Which one was it?
It was the Gotti trial part 2.
Oh, it was, I'm ready.
Yeah.
Right now, part 2.
Yep.
At the 11-minute mark.
Yeah, you can start it around the 10 minute and 30-second mark, but he pretty much explains, the breakdown of what was going to happen during the trial and why that, that whole argument was null and void. It was, it was ridiculous. But the government was planning on, as they're part of their legal strategy during that trial, they were planning on them kind of taking that angle for it, which I think is what F. Lee Bailey was referring to, but that was never something that Gotti was trying to do or they planned on doing. I mean, it's ridiculous on its face, You have to even remember that, John Miller brings up in there that, Gotti didn't even want to tell his own attorneys information that could have discredited Gravano and other people on the trial because he didn't want to be an informant. He thought that even by giving them information about stuff that would prove he was innocent or that other people were lying, is that he thought that was considered ratting. So you're going to tell me that he was going to throw him under the bus? I mean, it's ridiculous.
Exactly. And that I'm going to have Jerry take that. I'm going to ask Jerry to do that one as well, because John Miller said that. He's like,
right.
He wouldn't even give his attorneys what he knew about Gravano that nobody else knows, because he said he was going to be a rat then. There's only one rat here.
Exactly. Yep. And they knew that. There was another really important part. I don't remember if it was in part 2 or if it was in part 1, but Richie Raybach and Jerry Capici were talking about, I think it was before the trial even started, when they were talking about how Gravano was going to become, the star witness for the government. And one of the attorneys pretty much chimed in and he said on there, and he made a good point, is that, I think that it's really good that Gravano is going to be up there for the defense, because we've proven in the past that the government has used these witnesses to lie for them. And we've proved it in other cases and gotten acquittals and hung juries previously. Now, he didn't say that the witnesses were lying. He said we proved that the prosecution and the government was feeding the witnesses lies to push their agenda and propaganda. So I think that's, when everybody blames the witnesses saying they lie, I think the government in a lot of instances, feeds these guys a narrative that they want and gives them stuff to say, that they're credited for saying in order to secure convictions for them,
Exactly. Now, I wanted to ask you, thank you very much for the super chat. You didn't have to do that, but what was that about?
The super chat? Oh, earlier? Oh, somebody sent me a screenshot earlier. I don't know if it was from I don't know if it was from a show yesterday or from today. It might have been today. I'm not. I gotta double check. But somebody on another channel in the chat, because I was given FBS. I sent them like $100 and like $250 super chats yesterday. They were trying to insinuate that I was, doing some scam or something and sending them fake super chats to make it look like I was like donating money to the show or something. I don't know. These people are ridiculous.
I don't understand why they keep doing that. I really don't. I don't understand why they. First of all, I don't understand why everybody assumes that he's getting fake super chats or that anybody's giving fake super chats. I mean, what does anybody really care? Why do people count other people's money?
I wish I could figure it out, but I always tell my buddies or friends that when you try to figure out why crazy people do some of the stuff that they do, just don't even bother, because I'm not crazy, so I can't figure out what they're thinking or what the rationale is. So I'm just gonna drive myself crazy trying to figure out what the point of it is. I have no idea. I don't know if it's just jealousy or envy, or they're just miserable, or a combination of all the above. I don't know.
I really have never seen anything like this. YouTube, I thought Twitter was bad. YouTube is, 20 times worse.
Yeah, see, I don't have any of those other social media platforms. I don't even get involved in that crap.
Yeah, Facebook was bad, as Marla was telling us before. I remember when they had that little group that was a private. You had to request to be accepted.
What is this on Facebook?
Yes, this was on Facebook. This was like Alite and his friends had this. Oh, it was so
really.
It was so childish, so mean,
But what was the point of it though? Like, what was the group for? Like, what was it?
Marla, can you answer him?
Alite fanboys. That's what it was.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
That's all it is. They don't want anybody with any kind of discretion or discernment to enter the group, because then they feel what they are, I guess.
I got you. Well, he got kicked off. I thought he got kicked off and banned from Facebook and stuff like that for threatening. This idiot, from what I remember, wound up, him and his cronies or whatever were threatening a family or something that was arguing with him, and giving them death threats and violent threats. And these idiots didn't realize that they were talking to a family of cops or something like that.
Yep, that's true. That's true.
These guys are rocket scientists,
That's very true. And he is banned, and now he was banned from Facebook and Instagram, and someone else from another country runs it.
Oh yeah, I know who you're talking about.
Yeah.
Yeah. That person's nuts too, huh? Jesus.
Yeah, well, I mean, I don't know what to say.
It's incredible.
Uh-huh.
Definitely incredible.
Yeah, he posted what he thought was someone's house, and they put the woman's picture up, and they were telling people to go
harass
there.
Her. Yeah, I remember that.
He was the original doxer. That's all I could say. He was the original doxer.
Yeah, and I don't know who that other guy is, that Mike guy or whatever, but he's a weirdo, that guy.
I'll tell you what he is. Angel, plug your ears real quick.
All right, go ahead. I
don't like it. He's an Alite dick rider. That's what he is.
Yeah, for sure. I heard that. I don't want to make allegations or anything, but I heard that they were into group things and stuff like that together from a pretty reliable source.
Surprised me.
Yeah, that's what I heard. So wouldn't be surprised, But the whole thing about the Gravano and Gotti thing, that everybody thinks that at the end of the day they were going after Gotti long before.
Oh, I can't really hear you.
Any other stuff.
Hello?
I'm here.
Marla, yeah, I know.
Hello?
We
Can you hear me?
okay, now we can hear you.
Oh, I don't know what happened. Hello?
Yeah, we couldn't hear you for a minute. Can you hear us?
Yeah, I can hear everybody fine. Yeah. Yep.
So go ahead. I'm sorry. What were you saying?
No, I was just saying that, in regards to your father's situation with the whole trial and everything else like that, at the end of the day, like they were going after him long before any of that stuff ever happened, Like he was going to go down at all costs. The government was
Yeah, common sense. You're breaking up. We don't even hear
pretty
you.
much a done deal.
What did you say? I'm sorry.
I was just saying that the government was going after your father for years, long before any of that stuff. They didn't really need Gravano at all for any of that. He was just doing that to save face for his own. You know what I mean?
Right. Right.
So that whole narrative is just despicable. And she's right. I didn't catch all of the show, but I heard some of it. But the way that he talks, I mean, this guy is really delusional. Like he talks like he's still in the mob or he's still like part of that life, And I don't really understand the point of it. It's kind of bizarre to me, but I guess they have some sort of agenda that they're trying to push, and I don't know if they think it's working or not, but it's weird.
I think they both do. I think A-Light does too.
What do you think it is? Like, what do you think his end game is? Just you don't think it's just a hustle, like a money grab for him?
He's trying to be something that he never was.
Oh, well, that's definite. Yeah, for sure.
But when you're serious and you want to go talk to kids, you don't dress like I said, you don't dress like a John Gotti wannabe to go talk to kids, and they're seeing you with the suit on, sunglasses on, you have a watch on. That doesn't, you know what I mean? That's
you're sending the wrong message.
Exactly.
You're saying one thing and you're doing another, and then you're selling, autographed baseball bats and butcher knives and stuff. Like, come on, that's so cringe. It's despicable.
No,
I wonder if
exactly.
does he really talk like that in real life?
Oh, definitely. Yeah.
Does
Could
A-Light
you imagine?
Could you imagine?
Could you imagine the stories that he tells people when he's like overseas and stuff like that? I would die to be a fly on the wall to hear some of the stuff he says. I'm sure it's incredible.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah. The people out there probably think he's Rambo, like literally.
Yeah, exactly. Oh, that's funny. Could you imagine? Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, I mean, he says this stuff here to people that kind of know, out there they have no idea. So he can tell them whatever they want. So he must come up with all kinds of crazy stories to tell the people out there, I would love to hear, get some of that, video or interviews he does out there, because that would be interesting. I don't know if anybody has any of it, but I'd like to see it.
I don't know, but I don't know how you could not be embarrassed to I don't know how you could not be embarrassed to tell the stories that you tell, knowing that there are people who know that you're lying. Like, how aren't you embarrassed? Like, he's so shameless. How aren't you embarrassed?
Well, that's what I was gonna say. He has no shame at all. And I remember years ago when Jimmy A-Light was having a problem with his brother at the time, when he was doing interviews and he was telling people basically like, this guy's literally has mental health problems. Like, he honestly tells stories and like believes that this stuff happened. And he said that he thinks that if he took a lie detector test, he's convinced himself that he's done this stuff, that he could probably pass it. Like, that's how delusional this guy is,
I can't. Marla, do you remember
Angel,
when
A-Light's brother passing away from cancer?
I'm sorry, what'd you say?
What wasn't A-Light's brother like sick with cancer and he stole money from him while he was sick?
That's what Jimmy A-Light used to say.
Yeah, that's what Jimmy said. Yeah.
Yeah.
He sued him, and he took him to court. He took him to court and sued him for like a couple $100,000 from like construction deals or something like that. Something along those lines.
Yeah, well, he was suing him. He ended up not doing it. because they.
Oh, he didn't.
Yeah.
Oh,
They made
oh,
up.
I thought he had gotten a settlement or something from. Oh, they kissed and made up. Oh, okay. Well, he probably promised him, dreams of his own, new religious podcast and crusade that he's going on.
Yeah, you know what? I am convinced that that is not even true, because if you're going to be this newborn, whatever he is, Christian, I
Yeah.
don't even know what it is, you can't possibly do that when you know that you're lying. When you know that
Oh,
you
100%. Yeah, 100%.
can't
Yep.
possibly do that. And for him to tell me, oh, come on, you know I was at your house for Christmas and New Year's Eve. You just weren't there. Like, I wasn't. I can't believe you said that to me. You weren't
Yeah.
allowed there, or you weren't there. I was
Yeah.
like,
You weren't invited. You said you weren't
yeah, he was
invited
invited. He was, and his brother, but I wasn't.
To your own family's house.
to
Yeah,
your own families. Yeah,
exactly.
that's pretty incredible, right?
It's pretty incredible. That's like, I never knew him to be a liar before. I always believed everything he said. I never believed his brother, but I always believed everything that he did. And now I have to question like what he said in the past as well.
Well, yeah, that's the thing. Because I remember, years ago, I remember he did a big interview on Frank Morano's show, and he did an interview on Gunnar Lindblom's show, which has all of a sudden disappeared, and you can't find it because Gunner's now buddy with John A. He took that interview off of his website. I haven't been able to find it. I wish somebody had a copy of it or has it saved or downloaded somewhere, because it's a very telling interview that he did on his brother at the time.
He did a lot. He did a
Yeah.
lot. All on Facebook, there's so many posts that are still up that he wrote about his brother.
Yeah, I remember him saying, like, John, you really have to stop lying. Like, you need help. I don't know what's wrong with you. You need to see a therapist. You never knew John Gotti Sr. What the hell are you talking about? Like,
Exactly.
Yeah.
He did do that. Exactly. Because he said that he was in Florida with my brother, and my father told him, do me a favor, dump my son and come meet me later in a club. I couldn't believe he said that. We were hysterical laughing.
Oh my God.
We were hysterical laughing. Like, I couldn't believe he actually wrote that on Facebook. We were like, what? And then Jimmy A came out and said, you never even met. What?
Yeah. Remember when he was at the time that he said that they all went over to the psychics?
Oh, that was another time with the psychic, the fake psychic.
Yeah.
Oh, please.
Yeah.
Please.
He said he brought it. He said he brought your dad over there to go talk to the psychic.
He's a psycho.
Mm-hmm. The guy's definitely nuts.
Yeah, exactly.
I just don't understand how, these big news outlets and networks like National Geographic does multiple shows and documentaries and series with this guy. I just don't understand how does he even get these gigs and stuff like that,
Listen, he has FBI agents helping him. He has former FBI agents helping him. That's how he gets it. But listen,
I find that incredible.
I am looking forward to what is coming. I am looking forward to all of it.
Well, I am too. I'm interested in seeing and watching it too.
Yeah.
Definitely interested. So, do you have any updates on that, or about any time? Because I know it keeps getting delayed and stuff like that. But
yeah, well, Chris won't give me a straight answer on one thing, and yeah, it's like nobody wants to talk about it yet. So I understand that. I respect that. Yeah, but as far as the fight, I'll know tomorrow, anywhere from tomorrow to Monday.
And you're saying that this is this is a boxing match. It's not an MMA fight. It's a boxing
I'm not
match,
saying
correct?
anything. We'll see. We shall see.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry. I thought
Yeah.
somebody said it was boxing for some
Yeah.
reason.
We're
Okay.
crossing our fingers
I
and
got you.
hoping it's McGregor.
Yeah. April in Las Vegas. That's all I can tell you.
Oh, they have a date picked out though, so this is pretty much like.
Date.
Oh, okay.
There's a
Oh,
date.
okay, good.
There's a date. I just can't tell you the date.
I got you.
But
Nice.
very soon, very, very soon.
Yeah, because I've been following his MMA stuff for a while, and I know the last couple times he went to go fight, the opponent like pulled out in like the last minute or something, like the nights before a couple times, right?
Yeah, I know. Yes, that did happen.
Yeah, that's horrible because, a lot of these guys only fight, once or twice or, a handful of times. And when you're training for a few months to go to a fight and they got canceled the night before, it's like, damn, what the hell? That's horrible. I feel bad, putting in a lot of work for stuff like that,
Yeah, exactly. And I'm telling you, he is so disciplined. And sometimes I feel really sorry for him.
Yeah, no, that's what I mean. I feel bad because he's been working his butt off, training for months and months and months. You finally think you got a fight, and then the day before the guy pulls out. It's like, for what,
Exactly.
Yeah, that's a tough business that he's in, but he's in great shape. I'll tell you what, he looks in great shape every time I've seen him, like incredible shape. Yeah.
Yeah, thank you. He's a good boy too. He's a really good boy.
How tall is he? Is he about what, like 5'9", 5'10", or is he taller than that?
Yeah, he's taller. He's taller than me. I'm 5'7.5", and he's taller than me.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I don't really know. I never asked them.
Oh, I got you. Well, I'm interested in seeing and watching it. If it's on pay-per-view or something, I don't think I can get out there at that time, but
yeah,
I'm sure it'll be good.
I think it's gonna be it'll be aired. It'll be aired on TV.
Awesome. Well, I'll definitely buy it if it is gonna be. I definitely want to see that.
I know.
So I'm looking forward to that.
I'm so excited. Like I'm like bursting at the seams because I'm holding this in for like 2 months now.
Oh, you've known for 2 months?
I've known, yep.
Oh, so you just want to, you're just waiting for.
Yeah, like the closer that it gets, the more excited I get. So, and I kept bothering them. When can I tell? When can I tell? But we'll see what happens. We'll know soon.
I want to go. I want to actually go to it. I want to actually go.
I'll let you know the date.
I always watch it on videos all the time.
What do you have to wait for, though?
I can't tell.
But my question is that. Well, no, I was gonna say if the contract's already signed, like, what do they have to wait for? Like, is it a promotion thing that they're doing that you have to wait for? Like, they have like a big announcement type thing? Is that what it is, basically?
Yeah, it's everything's all signed and everything.
Oh, okay, cool.
Yeah,
awesome. Nice.
Everything is all signed, sealed. That's it. So, but I am going to get to announce it first.
Just give us a
hint. I'm going to get to announce it before anybody.
Well, that's
does.
good. He deserves it,
I'm sorry, I didn't hear you. What'd you say, Common Sense?
Do you watch them at all, or no? Do you go to them?
No, I won't go to them. My son goes to them. All my nephews go, but I won't go, and I won't watch it. Like I was telling Marla before, I just pace back and forth. I go from room to room, I'm texting my son. I'm texting whoever's there, Chris, Big Steve.
Yeah.
I'm constantly texting him. When does he go? And if I feel like I bothered one person too much, then I move on to the second person.
That's funny.
Yeah, and then I go on to the third one.
So what? Do you get nervous? You get nervous watching it?
And John Minucci too. I talk to him too. He sends me all the pictures. So
who's that? His trainer?
No. He's a friend. He's my nephew's friend. What did you just ask me before?
No, I was saying, do you get nervous? Like, have you tried to watch it before, or you just don't even want to watch it all, or do you just get like?
Yeah, I know. I get very nervous. You know why? I get nervous because I know my brother is, like you can't even talk to him before my nephew's fights. So that's why I get nervous.
I got you. He feels like he's going in there.
Yeah. That's his son. So, you can only imagine how he feels.
Oh no, definitely. Yeah, I couldn't even imagine for sure.
Yeah.
You never know what happens in that sport,
Well, he's got a
What do
lot
you-
of first round knockouts. That should give you some confidence. Like his rounds don't really go that long. Like he puts them out pretty quick.
Yeah, no, I know, but I still get
some
nervous.
confidence to go. He knows what he's doing.
I think.
Yeah. It's very nerve-wracking. You're right, Pete the Killer. It is. It's very nerve-wracking. And
I think
yes.
I think his last fight went the distance for the first time, right?
Yeah, right.
Yeah. So.
Yeah, that was the first time in a long time.
Yeah.
See?
Yeah, because I think the first 4 ended in like a first round knockouts. I think.
Yeah,
And like the last one went the distance. Yeah.
Yeah. Kevin says John is more nervous at fights than trial. You're not kidding. You're right.
Who said that?
Kevin. John.
Oh, Kevin, I see it.
Yeah, John is more nervous at fights than trial. And it's so true. Yeah.
Well, he's proven himself. I just hope he gets that big break. Hopefully, this is it for him. Because once you get up to that next level, it's life changing.
Yeah, exactly.
So
Wait.
good for him. Now, does your brother have anything to do with any of his stuff, like managing stuff or like promotions, or are you just there for support? Or
They what?
no, I was saying, does your brother have any role in like his camp, like any of the deals or like promotion or anything, or does he just go there to support him?
I don't know. I never asked him.
Oh, okay. I was just wondering.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm sure he's involved with like the deal and everything. He's not gonna let his son just go there, like, yeah, go ahead, go. I'll see you later, and you go work out the deal. So I don't.
Yeah. I got you. That makes sense, though. Yeah, because he's a smart guy. I figure he'll know, help him out, make the right decisions, and point him in the right direction, guidance-wise,
No, yeah, of course. And plus, they have lawyers for all of that.
Oh, on the team for the contracts and everything?
Yeah, of course. They have lawyers for that. Plus, like my brother, I told you my brother is a
paralegal.
Yeah, certified paralegal.
Yep.
So he knows what he's doing. And we shall see.
Well, that's good to have that in this corner too, and support.
Yeah. So anything going on with you, Common Sense?
No, just extremely busy with work right now, so
okay, that's very
plugging along,
All right, that's very good.
Yeah, how about you guys?
Yeah, everything is just waiting. How about you, Marla?
I'm doing as much as you can do here in Scranton, which isn't much.
No, right, I know. How many kids do you have?
Me and my husband had 5 kids, but he passed away in April 23rd.
Oh wow, I'm sorry to hear that.
Oh, I'm so sorry.
Yeah.
You didn't tell me that. Oh, I didn't know that.
Well,
You have 5
a lot.
So you have all 5 kids by yourself?
Kids, you just want to make sure you specify. I had 5 kids, but with my husband. I always want to specify they were with my husband.
Yeah.
But yeah, we have 5 kids.
How old's the oldest? Are they still young or?
My oldest is 21. His name is Gavin, and he's in a military.
Okay.
Wow.
But,
You sound
mainly I
What branch?
days helping school because they're doing online schooling. So mainly my days is trying to remember half the stuff that was taught and they don't teach it the same anymore. So I'm on here like Googling. I feel so stupid because I can't help. I'm like, tell the teacher to help you. I can't get it. If it's science or English, I got you. You got to take that math and all that other stuff to you got to tell them to help you with it. But that's what I spend my
Yeah,
days
see,
doing.
I have a lot of my friends that are teachers, and it's horrible. Like kids don't even know what they're doing after the whole COVID thing. When kids were at home doing the learning from the house with the tablets or computers, like the parents were lost. They didn't know what to do. Kids, were basically set back a year or two in classes. Everybody was basically failing.
Well, they don't teach it the same anymore. They
Nobody
don't
was
teach it the
getting
way
anything
they don't
done.
teach it the same.
So, yeah, it's horrible. I feel bad for them these days. It's not easy. They don't even teach kids cursive anymore. Do you know that?
No, they don't. My kids don't. When I
Yeah.
tell them you have to do the signature, they don't know how to do in cursive, and I'm like, well, how are you supposed to put your signature if they don't teach it? Like they don't teach a lot
Yeah.
of stuff. They don't teach the way I would learn most of their stuff is very basic, but now they teach it so differently, and like they you got to show how you came up with the problem and all that. I'm just like, no, do it my way, and if she doesn't like it, tell her, have her show it their way, because I can't do it.
Wow,
Yeah, they're way right.
you sound so
Yeah, see,
young.
I just found out
Surprised.
about it because that threw me off.
I'm sorry, I didn't hear you, Angel. I'm sorry.
I said, you sound so young. I'm so surprised.
Oh,
You can't
I'm
hear
not
me?
young. No, I
Oh,
can hear you. I was saying I'm not young.
well, you sound
You
it.
sound younger, yeah, for sure.
Yeah. Wow. Do you have any kids, Common Sense?
Nope, no, I do not.
You don't have any
No.
kids? Are you married?
Yeah, I've been married for a long time. Yep. Me
Oh,
and
okay.
my wife. Yeah, me and my wife decided we're probably not gonna have any kids, so
Oh,
we'll
okay.
see.
Okay.
She's
Okay.
my wife's 7. She's like 7 or 8 years younger than me, so she's still young.
Oh,
We
okay.
still,
Because
yeah, we still have time.
I thought you were young as well.
No, I'm 38.
Well, that's young. You're a
Well,
year older than my son.
yeah, well, I'm not young. I'm not 25 anymore, which I'd like to be, but.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Yeah, so we still have time. I don't know. She throws it out there once in a while, but I don't know. I feel bad for people raising kids these days because it's not like when we were younger. I mean, kids today have so much crap to worry about. I mean, kids go to school and get shot at school these days. You have to worry about stuff like that. You know what I mean? That's
Yeah.
the stuff that I don't know how people deal with that. That like I don't know if homeschooling will be a better route or something. I don't know. I got to think about it.
Yeah. I have a friend that homeschools his kids, and I don't know. I don't know how they would do that either. Molly, you're homeschooling?
I'm sorry.
Molly? Yeah.
I
Are
think
you
she
What
home?
said
did you say?
they're at home because of the COVID stuff.
I'm
Oh,
sorry. What did you
okay.
say again? It was.
Are you homeschooling your kids?
I
I'm
don't think
sorry.
she
You were
can hear.
breaking up.
She said, "Are you homeschooling your children?"
Oh yeah, yeah,
Oh, you are? Okay.
yeah.
I
I
mean,
think
that's
I
kind
might
of
put them
Oh, so
back in
bad.
yours
school
yours are
next
yours
year.
are homeschooled, not by COVID, right? Oh, I see. It's not because of COVID. It's because of personal. Like you want them homeschooled, or is it just because of the COVID stuff?
I homeschool them now because I can't. They were in a private school, and I need to build up some more funds before I can afford to send them all back. So it's a lot of kids.
Oh, okay.
So I have to wait till
I
I get
got you.
back in it. So I prefer to homeschool them.
Okay, good
Yep.
for you. But is it hard to homeschool them?
Can't be easy.
What is it?
It's got to be hard to
I'm sorry. What was
homeschool
that?
them. I said it's got to be hard to homeschool them, right?
Actually, the one that they go to, you're able to. They have like field trips, and they have like clubs, and they have like off-site things that they can do as well. So getting a little bit of interaction.
Oh, okay. Very good.
Yeah, see, I was fortunate, you know, I grew up, my family had money. I went to private school, so.
Oh, very good. I went to public school.
Yeah. Yeah, I went to public school for maybe the first, like, I think till fourth or fifth grade I went to public, but the area I lived in started getting really bad. I lived right outside the major city we were in, and a lot of people were moving out from the cities into, you know, the surrounding, you know, suburbs and towns outside the main city. So it started trickling over, and then they started, you know, busing in kids from all over the place to get like the diversity or whatever. And I mean, there was kids in our elementary school that were like bringing guns to school, and kids were getting stabbed on the bus and like shot with stun guns and like all kinds of crap. So my parents were like, "Oh yeah, that's enough. We're not dealing with this anymore."
Oh, wow.
I mean, one of my neighbors got killed. Yeah, one of my neighbors got killed in like the 6th grade. The kid stabbed him to death in the bathroom. So,
oh my God.
Yeah, it was pretty bad.
Oh my
Yep.
God.
So it got pretty rough for a while. Yeah.
Yeah.
So, I mean, that's what I'm worried about with kids today. You know, look at all this. I mean, luckily it hasn't happened lately. I know people are home, but, you know, kids going to school and, you know, mass shootings and all this crazy crap like that freaks me out. I don't even have kids. I just feel bad for parents or anybody that has to deal with that, you know?
No.
I don't know.
But I'm like so happy that I got past all of that with my kids, but now I have my grandsons, my 2 grandsons, and I'm a nervous wreck with them. You know,
Oh yeah, definitely.
Yeah, it's forget it, bad. But
do they have good school systems where you guys are though, or do they have a choice, or do they have to go to one school?
You know what? They can go to a different school, but the school that's in their district is a good school. So, you know, what was that? Is that a dog? Did I hear a dog?
No, I didn't hear a dog.
Well, I think I heard
I'm in my car right now. Nothing wasn't me.
Oh, that's funny. I thought I heard a dog. Yes, I do need a granddaughter. I need my daughter to give me a granddaughter. My son has 2 boys. Now I need my daughter to give me a granddaughter.
Is your daughter married? Or is she still single, or is she married?
Yeah, my daughter's single because she works so much. All she does is work.
Oh, really?
Yeah, my daughter's
She's too busy, huh?
She's a workaholic. And she's like, you know, she's
that's not good. You gotta have some fun.
It's all she does is work. And then when she's off, she's here with me. But I think this is going to be the year.
So she still lives with you?
Well, I have a mother and daughter, so
you gotta set her up.
And she's got an apartment downstairs. My kids never want to leave me.
Well, that's good though.
Yeah.
Well, you probably take good care of them and cook for them and got meals ready, so I wouldn't leave either.
Yes, I do.
I'd be staying home as long as I could too.
Yes, I do. But like my kids are good. I don't have to I never had to do anything for them, but I would just cook. That was it. Like they do everything themselves. They wash their own clothes. They do everything themselves, but I do cook for them.
Well, that would keep me at home.
Yeah. Yeah.
Good for me.
I can't wait till my kids do that.
Yeah. But
definitely. Well, yeah. I hate to cut this short. I love talking to you guys. I have to stop and run a couple errands for the wife that she's texting me about right now. So I'm gonna have to run.
Thank you so much, Common Sense. It was so nice of you. Thank you.
Yeah, definitely. Anytime. When I got more time next time, we'll have a good talk.
Yeah.
You too, Marla. Take care, guys. All right. Thank you.
You too. Take care.
Take care, everybody. Good night.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Marla, we're on 2.5 hours now.
Hello?
Yeah, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Oh, okay. So I was just saying that I'm gonna close this down because we're on 2.5 hours and I have to feed these
Oh, good
dogs.
Lord.
It
Well,
goes
thank you
by
for
so
having me.
fast. It goes by so fast, right?
It does. Yeah, it does.
Yeah. So I appreciate you so much. I want you to come back. So anytime you want to come back on, just say drop the link and I'll drop the link because I enjoyed this so
Oh,
much.
thank you. I appreciate it.
I'm serious. So at any time when you're in here, just say drop the link and I drop the link. Okay.
Okay, thank you. Sorry if I was like nervous tonight. This was my first run at it, but thank you.
It didn't sound like you were nervous at all. I thought you were great. You didn't sound nervous at all.
Thank you.
Oh,
Have a
no,
good night.
thank you. You too, Marla. Take care and thank you.
You too. Bye.
Okay. Okay, everybody. Thank you so much for sticking this out. I mean, this was a long one, and I really enjoyed it. I enjoyed every minute of it, except for Chris Casparosa. You take care, everyone. And as soon as I find out that I can say something, I will come on and tell you all, okay? Thank you very much, and good night. Good night, Edel.